Welcome back everyone to yet another video, and man was it a busy week. We have everything from a cage inside of a cage fight. Yeah, this one is great. And we've got so many one-hit KOs, it's personally hard for me to keep them straight. And a KO of the week that looks like it was filmed in slow motion. But to get us started, we have our fan comment of the week, and it goes to the Gabe Arnold, who said, "Very kind of Hailey to lift up flowers after the win. Usually gotta wait for your coach to do it." Which I personally found hilarious because it's in reference to this knockout where, yeah, after Hailey gets sent down and knocked out, he stands up and goes for the takedown while the ref is telling him it's over. Fantastic highlight from last week and a great comment from Gabe.
What's going on, everyone? It's the casual Lawton Veerkant, and this is Caposa's Corner.
Kicking us off this week, we're heading to Fame 14 in Poland for one fight. And we're starting off with our bizarre cage inside of a cage fight. Yeah, you're seeing that right. So for this bout, we have a heavyweight matchup between Pyotr Selega with just a 2-1 record, and he's up against Norman Park, who has a 28-7-1 record and is a name you should recognize either from his UFC run back in the day, or more recently his KSW run that had memorable feuds like his trilogy with Mateusz Gamrot. So this fight was a custom rules bout, and yeah, like we said, they built a 9-foot by 9-foot mini cage, slapped it in the middle, took the traditional cage off, and we've got ourselves a fight. So the first round was under boxing rules, and Park is putting the heat on, just landing beautiful combination after combination, and seeming to rock Selega in the process. But it does go the full 3 minutes, and now we move on to our second round, which was under MMA rules. And yeah, it starts off fast, and once we go to the ground, I think Park's experience may come into play here.
Jak bronić? Sędzia krzyczy, broń się Piotrek i za chwilę będzie przerwa. Czyst,
Koniec tego pojedynku!
Yep, and it sure did. Once he took his back and landed about, I don't know, 50 unanswered hooks to the head, the ref steps in and this one is over. Not only is Fame's production level insane, I mean, just look at the stage and the catwalk the fighter entrances were on one more time, but they're keeping it fresh with, as always, insane custom rules bouts like this one. So props to them for entertaining us as always, and even though this one doesn't improve Park's record as it was an exhibition bout, congrats on the win. Up next, we're heading to Hard Fighting Championship 35 in Switzerland, where we have a light heavyweight bout that sees Damien Bozek making his pro debut and in the red shorts and red tape, and he's up against Denis Sedefoglu, also making his pro debut and in the black shorts and blue tape. So this is a quick one as we're just nearing the first minute of round one, and who's gonna get their first win?
Jo, sehr schön. Und der saß und
Sedefoglu, that too, and by absolutely flatlining him with a right, only to follow that up with an onslaught of hammer fist before the ref can step in. This one was officially ruled a finish at just 56 seconds in, so that's definitely not a bad way to make a pro MMA debut, and Sedefoglu does just that, getting this nice highlight to look back on. Now we're gonna go take a look at CS MMA in Colombia for one fight. Here we have a bantamweight matchup that sees Romero Haste with a 5-5 record, and he's actually been featured on this show before back in December when he sent this opponent through the broken cage door. And he's taking on hometown fighter Oscar Merchan, who has a 3-8 record. Here's another quick one because just 15 seconds in, well, this happens.
Busca conectar con esa fly knee.
Yeah, I think that commentator was hoping for Merchan to win since he was basically silent after that flying knee landed, but what a beauty it was. Out of nowhere, direct hit to the chin and almost a flying right hook to the face, but that one just barely misses. Haste lands another spot on these videos with a savage knockout, and this win improves his record to 6-5. Off to visit our friends at LFA 132 in Brazil, where we have one fight to show you, and it is time for Caposa's Prospect of the Week. Here we have a bantamweight fight that has Marcile Alves, who has a nice 9-2 record, and he's up against our featured prospect Luon Lacerda, who's also sitting at a very nice 11-1 record. You know the drill, let's take a look at this fight first, and at the beginning of the second round, Lacerda lands this nice single leg takedown, and once his opponent tries to get up, Lacerda says nope and does this nice sweep and immediately takes the back, and well, it's not looking very good for Alves.
He's looking tight right there, but he's still moving.
Walk-off submission!
Talk about some BJJ, which makes a whole lot of sense because Lacerda is a black belt in it, and he trains the legendary Nova União, which is led by the great Andre Pederneiras, the coach of Jose Aldo, and this win improves him to 12-1, and he's on a 10-fight winning streak. 9 of those are via submission, and one was even over UFC fighter Raulian Paiva, and another one claimed him the Shudo Bantamweight title. Needless to say, this guy is on a very strong path in MMA, and when asked post-fight what his next step was, with zero hesitation, he said, "My next step is the UFC." And, well, we're not gonna argue with him there. A dominant BJJ black belt on a 10-fight winning streak, yeah, you just tell us where to sign. Moving on, we're heading to 247 Fighting Championships Flood City Fight Night 2 in Pennsylvania for one fight, and it is time for Caposa's KO of the week. So this one, Caposa had to hodgepodge some footage together, but it was too good to leave out, so take a look first and then we'll talk.
He's in the red. Josh El Guapo Vasaki in the black. Oh! It's over! Josh Vasaki!
Oh yeah, baby. One left hand to the jaw while almost getting caught by one as well, and then a simple push into a slow motion timber fall, and this fight is over. So that's Josh Fusoki, who with this win improves his record to 4-2, and our poor friend who just had his lights turned out, well, that's Des Ford, who now has a 5-7 record. This knockout did happen in the 3rd round, but man, with it being as savage as this, I doubt anyone in attendance cared. What a fantastic win though for Fusoki, and congrats on landing this highlight-worthy knockout. Now we're going to take a look at Cage Fury Fighting Championships 108, also in Pennsylvania, and it's time for Caposa's hand-picked submission of the week. This is a flyweight matchup between Will Spann, sitting at just a 1-0 record, and his opponent, Brandon Davis, has a 2-1. So a lot happens, and quickly here, so we're going to start here with Spann landing some shots and even rocking him, and once he wraps him up, well, just pay attention to that trapped right arm.
Right arm is trapped. He's sitting up on it. Can he get the finish with the omoplata?
He's
and he got
tapping
it. Wow.
Oh yeah, a failed rear naked choke, but have no fear, we'll just switch into an omoplata and crank that arm, which ultimately forces the tap. We've got some more fantastic submissions coming your way with the next few clips, but this one was just perfection. Omoplatas are already a pretty rare way to win a fight, but Spann pulls this one off in just his 2nd professional fight, which secures him the win, and it keeps his record clean at 2-0. Next up, we're checking out Rocket Combat Sports 9 in Virginia, where we have a fight with limited footage, so you know the drill. Take a look, and then we'll break it down.
He's going for a twister. Oh, he's got it! Whoa!
Bet you didn't think you were going to see an omoplata and a twister today, did you? This is an amateur bout, and Ryan Smith is our winner this week, improving his record to a 1-1-1. And our gentleman that was getting twisted, well, that's Jacob Beach, who now has an 2-5 amateur record. This is one of those ones where we're cursed with just this one angle, but we just aren't able to exclude clips like this because of the rarity. But congrats to Smith on this win, and hopefully he can land some more highlight-worthy ones in his future. Off to visit our friends at Fury FC 62 in Colorado, where we have 2 fights. For the first, we have a welterweight matchup between Caleb Hall, sitting at a 2-3 record, and his opponent, Kevin Kent, well, he's just making his pro debut, but had a clean 5-0 amateur record. A good old-fashioned first round KO, and this one happens just halfway through the round.
Both guys seem to be a little more big knockout. Kevin Kent!
Oh yeah, one hit walk-off KO that just flatlined his opponent, and I'm pretty sure put him in another dimension based on his face here. I definitely don't recommend throwing a low kick while keeping your hands down because, well, yeah, this could happen. Just look at how smooth the KO was, and his calm walk-off was even smoother because he knew there was just nothing else needed for this one. Congrats to Kent though for making one hell of a professional debut and improving that record to a 1-0. For our second fight at Fury FC 62, we have a flyweight bout that sees Josh Van, who has a 4-1 record and was actually featured on the show just last month for this beautiful head kick knockout, and he's taking on Mario Suazo, who has a 2-1 record. I mentioned it earlier, and you've already seen a few of them, but this was a week of amazing submissions, and, well, once we get into the second round of this fight, we're about to witness another one.
Oh,
Look at
I think
this.
he's gonna hit this.
Oh, he's got that. That's very, very tight.
And it's the tap.
Yep, just like that. One little front flip and some fight IQ from Van as he isolates the leg and secures this calf slicer, and within seconds forces the tap, and this one is over. This was actually Van's first submission win ever, so that's pretty unique that of all the submissions he could go for, he lands this one as his first, but congrats to him on it and for improving his record to 5-1. And for our final fight this week, we're heading to River City Fights 2 in Oklahoma, where we have an amateur bantamweight title matchup that has Cameron Veals sitting at an even 3-3 record, and his opponent, Everardo Hernandez, has a clean 2-0 record. This one makes it all the way to the third round of 5, and with just 15 seconds left on the clock, someone decides they're gonna make a move.
Hernandez pushing. Man. Oh! That was insane. Legal head kick.
Legal, it was legal, I promise, but man, was it close to being not legal. I mean, we're talking milliseconds at that point, but hey, he wasn't grounded and somehow timed this head kick beautifully, and it just sends his opponent down and out to the canvas. I've always been curious if knockouts like this that are just so close are skilled and the fighter just knows how to time it right, or if it's kind of like a 50-50 shot that they're hoping they come out on top from, but either way, I'm not upset, and this knockout was amazing, and it improves Veals' record to 4-3. Another week down and 3 more titles added to the board of our monthly top KOs, submissions, and prospects. So don't forget to leave your votes on your 3 favorite down below, because after the next 2 weeks, we'll be tallying the monthly totals and let you all know what the favorite knockout, submission, and prospects were for the month of May. A huge thank you to Caposa as always, and we've actually noticed a few comments over the past few weeks asking this, so I wanted to make a quick plug in case you didn't know, but head over to GrabakaHitman.com, where Caposa has weekly schedules of all these obscure fights and the ways you can watch them live if you want to start seeing this regional violence in real time. You can also always support him by giving him a follow on his Twitter at Grabaka_Hitman, or by checking out his Patreon at patreon.com/Caposa. And we always want to thank these amazing organizations for hosting these events year-round for us to watch, and to the fighters, winners, and losers, and we will see you all on the next video. Peace!